Good morning, it's Brian here at Fitzpatrick's Garage, Dublin Road, Kildare. I want to show you this car here, 2017. This is Honda HRV 1.5 ES VTEC. Brian is my name. If there's any information you want on this particular car, please do not hesitate to give me a shout. 086 843 1945. If you want to call, text, WhatsApp, whatever suits, please do give me a shout and I can talk to you about trading in your vehicle, or if you want to find out about financing, I can give you estimates over the phone and all that kind of stuff as well. This particular HRV is unusual because we don't get enough of these in automatic. This is an automatic CVT setup with a paddle shift on the steering, with obviously a drive in a sport mode. And the second thing is there is stupidly low mileage. It's got 11,000 kilometers. The previous owner has done an unbelievably good job. First of all, he was city based, so I suppose the opportunities for driving the car by the looks of it were few and far between. But the second thing is he's done a really nice job looking after the car. It's in tip-top condition. I hate using stupid words like that, but it actually is really nice condition throughout. So what we're going to do is we'll have a look around the car, we'll have a bit of a drive in the car, look at some of the features, and as we were saying, if you want to know anything else, please do not hesitate to call, text, WhatsApp, whatever suits you. So the car is a silver colour car, as you can see. Pertinent features on the back. There is parking sensors across the back. I like the fact that these taillights are LED. The car has kind of these LED style or very bright number plate license markers, which I think are quite nice. The interior is perfect really on this car. Everything I talked about in terms of condition, it is a bit of a time warp kind of setup because the mileage is so low. It's just done absolutely nothing at all. Down under through here there is more storage, and then if you want you can choose to put a spare wheel in there if you want, but for a lot of people they'll use it for the extra storage. This is a flexible luggage cover, and what's actually handy about it is if you pile stuff a little bit too high, you either rip that out, which is really simple to store, or it actually has the flexibility to allow you to put in probably too much stuff. But anyway, after that then, for closing down these, that closes like so. On the outside then, the car has a 17-inch diamond cut alloy wheel. So just what I mean by diamond cut, you see the way that's reflective, you can see the kind of shine, so that looks really nice at night time or when the sun shines in it. So at night time because you get the artificial light shining on it, and then obviously when it's sunny because you get the sun shining from it. The rear door handles, we'll have a look inside the car in a little while. They're recessed in through there. The door handle along through here is chrome, and the idea then is basically that the car has a coupe sort of sporty sort of look, even though it's an SUV. So it's all a bit muddled up in terms of what it is overall, but that's the idea of these SUVs in that segment. They're meant to look sporty, but they're also meant to be an SUV as well, so I think it's quite a nice looking vehicle. The 1.5 petrol engine that's in the car is 130 horsepower. This car was achieving, when it came in, I actually drove the car overnight, so I did about 200 kilometers. The car was achieving somewhere in the region of around 5.8 litres per 100 kilometers, which is in the high 40s, which is pretty damn good for a petrol car. Parking sensors are standard across the front of the car, and these headlights are also automated, so I'll show you. So it essentially means using the key I can unlock the car and the headlights will come back on. Secondly, I can use the key to unlock once, unlock a second time, and then my windows will retract. And similarly, if I lock the car once, hit the lock button a second time, my windows and my wing mirrors retract. Condition is really excellent on the car. It's been really well looked after, and the mileage is super low as well, and it's been parked indoors all the time as well, so it's really nice. So if you come to look at this car, I'm 100% sure you're going to be happy with how it looks in terms of condition on the outside. Anyway, let's see how it drives. So we'll go for a bit of a drive in the car and see what it's like. The whole idea of this car is, well, actually before I get into that, you know the way I like to set these. Steering's in a nice place, seat is in a good position, so I've raised the height of the seat, steering wheel goes up and down and in and out. Automatic gearbox, that's the whole idea in this car, so we can have reverse, neutral, drive, and then there's also a sport function as well. So we're going to leave it in drive, indicate out. Good visibility around the car. Out the back window it's really good actually, because I suppose the Civics that I'm so used to, they have the spoiler across the back, whereas this one's got a big back window I can see out through. But all the way around, none of the pillars are quite big and awkward or anything like that. And I really like this as well. I'm not sure if you can see it from where the video is pointing, but it's red at the moment, but it turns to green, as you can see. If I'm being nice and economical with the car, I put my foot down and it goes red again. I have paddles on the steering, so basically if I leave it in D, or if I go back into S, the engine revolution's raised, which means when I put my foot down I get power much quicker. But if I'm in D or S, whichever one I want, I can still always tap down the gear. 5, 4, 3, and I'm up in the power band. I can floor it, and then I can go back into 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, all the way up to 7th. So let's see what it's like up to 120 kilometers an hour. We're just going to join the motorway here. We're going to floor it. So you can see the way it's gone red around the speedometer. That's telling me I'm not being very economical, but the car is giving me full maximum engine revolutions in the most optimal way possible to give me power, and we're up to 120. So in my opinion, here is the beauty of the CVT gearbox. We're cruising along at the moment. If I put my foot down, yes, it does create noise, but then again, how long and how often do I normally floor a car? Not that often. Usually I'm going to be cruising like this, which means once I'm in a cruise position, the engine revolutions are going to drop off into an area which is basically the most fuel efficient. So in a normal car, I'd normally be probably ticking over at maybe 3,500. This is actually ticking over lower. It's only when I put my foot down that I get the extra power, but after that, once it realizes that I don't need access to the power anymore, it's just going to drop back down and go into cruise mode. And that is fuel efficient. And you see there, it's dropped back down into the fuel efficient position. So to give people a better idea what it's like to drive a car, maybe this is useful or maybe it's not, I've gotten this head cam. The first thing I want to show you is the auto dip lights. So as you see at the moment, see where my hand is? The lights are going to automatically come back onto full themselves, and then we're going to meet some traffic here and they're going to dip. I don't have to do anything. How handy is that? So the lights come on at night time as you'd expect. So when it gets dark, lights come on themselves. But this is the second part of the auto where it actually goes to full lights by itself. Then we come back into a lit up area, or we meet another car, and you see the way they dip as well. So it's kind of 2 stages of automatic. Another cool feature I want to show you is looking down into here. We're doing about 80 kilometers an hour at the moment. I can have cruise control, I can have a speed limiter, or I can have an intelligent speed limiter. So if I set that, the car basically, now we're in an 80 kilometer an hour zone, we are going to come into, I think, possibly a 60 kilometer an hour zone. So you're going to watch this over here in a sec. The new speed zone is going to flash up, but the car is then going to warn me that I'm exceeding it with an audible chime. So actually we're coming into a 50. So let's see what happens as we come into this 50 kilometer an hour zone. There you go, we're now to 50. It's telling me that I'm exceeding it until I slow down. So let's get down into 50 kilometers an hour. Happy days. So it's probably not as easy to see from the last video because the cam isn't very clear, but just if you have a look here, we're in a 60 kilometer an hour zone. We're going to move into a 100, and up along there now, the speed sign recognizer has actually told us we're in a 100 kilometer an hour zone. If we were coming into a zone which is going to be the opposite way around, obviously that's when the speed limiter would kick in and tell us that we're exceeding the speed limit. The other thing as well is we have lane change warning. So if I drift over the white line of the road, we get this warning, which is an audible chime, and also the yellow signal in the box there to tell us that we've drifted out of lane unless we use the indicator. So the car drives really, really good, and there's some nice features as you can see. Condition is nice on the outside, so let's keep looking on the inside. So as we were saying, these rear door handles earlier, they are hidden, again to give us that sporty sort of appearance. The rear of the car, again, the theme of good condition, by the way, guys, is going to continue all the way. That's a child lock. That is an electric window. That is a speaker with a chrome surround, little chrome surround around the door handle. Door card's absolutely perfect. These seats, like, they almost, I'd go as far as saying, if they've ever been used in the back, it's been pretty damn rare. So the carpet set, the rear of the seating, the rear of the armrest, the rear of the other seat. And by the way, actually, we haven't cleaned this car. This is how it came to us. This is exactly how the car came in. I mean, he's done such a nice job looking after it. 3 3-point safety belts, 3 head restraints, armrest up through the centre, and then if you are familiar with the Honda setup, you might know of the magic seat. So they fold and lock, and now you've got a tall mode in through there if you've anything awkward. Or similarly then, like a normal car, you can obviously fold the seats down flat. If we drop the headrest, which is not too easy to do one-handed, we've managed it. You get a nice flat section, and once you drop those 2 seats, you get basically the same sort of load area that you'd get in a commercial vehicle. If we move around to the front of the car, so condition perfect in the back, condition up front. If we open up the door handle here, the wing mirrors are going to come back out, and this is the area of the car that's probably seen the most amount of wear, and there's none. So in through here, electric through windows and child lockable rear windows and doors. Conditions so perfect, like that's how it's come in. The driver's mat is so perfect, the seat, It's just time warp. If you're looking for a real nice tidy HRV in automatic, I challenge you to find a better. Even here, look at this. Around here, this is where people, you know, put the key in wrong and they scratch that cowling along there. Nothing, just nothing. It's just been so well looked after. Economy functioning through here. What that does is when you're driving the car, so I'm going to start it up here. When you're driving the car, you can turn on the econ function, so you'll see the little green light come on in through here. This cruise control becomes less aggressive and the air conditioner becomes less aggressive. Lane change warning we saw already in the video, parking sensors front and rear which make noise. Just for the fact that somebody may not be familiar with them, I'll just show you what happens when we drive up towards this BMW here. So it's telling us up here we got a problem in front, and it's also telling us in here we got a problem in front. So you've no excuse if you crash into something. Alarm is here and traction control in through here. Cruise control with the intelligent speed limiter we talked about already. Wipers are automated so they come at night. This is one of the paddles over here in the left part steering wheel. This is another one of the paddles to go up and down through the gears. Auto headlights in through here, and we saw already in the video that they're auto dip. Bluetooth is in through here. There is storage in through the center. There's a drinks holder in through here. There's the pen I couldn't find earlier, and then you can make them a little bit shallower if you want. Handbrake. So like a normal car, lift your handbrake. To disengage, you press it down. However, because it's automatic, when you go for drive, it'll just disengage anyway. Like what we saw, park, reverse, neutral, drive, sport mode. After that then, heating control. So my passenger and my own side, on or off, and then front and rear windscreen demisters, which also demist the rear view wing mirrors. In through the center, we have our touch and swipe Honda Connect. So in through here, we're going to have information about our phone usage, audio information, so where we want music to come from. Is it going to be CD, radio, or in through this tunnel over here, we have HDMI. We've got 2 USB connectors, which means 2 people can charge phones, and also you can play music and all that kind of stuff in through there. As we were saying, the car's done just about 11,000 kilometers, and it's averaging right now about 6 or so litres per 100 kilometers. For a petrol automatic car, that is very good, and it's actually realistic, so you've seen what it's really doing just after it's been dropped off after 11,000 kilometers. Anyway, if you are looking for a Honda HRV, you're looking for an automatic one, and you're looking for a real tidy one, I think we got the best one around. It really is. It's such a nice vehicle, so well looked after. Anyway, if there's any information you want on the car, please do not hesitate to give me a shout. 086 843 1945. Brian is my name. Fitzpatrick's Garage, Kildare Town. Hopefully this car is of interest. Thank you for taking time to watch.